You may not realize it, but you're always in a position to learn something for a better reason than for just a grade. Sometimes school obscures that fact. But when you do realize it, suddenly anything and everything in the world appears to be like a great meal set out just for you to enjoy and to savor and to grow from. Now, this graphic over here kind of looks like a plate of spaghetti, but once I let myself digest it, I saw it was really like a 5-course meal. U.S. history that was set out for me to discover, not just consume blindly, but to notice and appreciate and to savor. So why don't you grab a fork and a napkin, and I'll take you on a little bit of a tour through it. What this is a graph of the rank of population of U.S. cities. This is first in population down to 20th on the left-hand side, and it goes from 1790 to 2010 across the horizontal. And you know, some things are no surprises. Up here, here's New York City, ranked in first all the way across the board. But then there's things like Baltimore in blue, which has steadily declined all the way down to the present. But I think what's really interesting is where things soar and plummet, where things start and end. And that really makes my brain work. And I'll give you a few examples. For example, here's Rochester, down here in yellow. Now why does Rochester climb like a rocket in the 1830s and die out by the 1860s? You got to wonder. And then here's St. Louis, Chicago, and San Francisco. All three take off between 1840 and 1860. What's going on in the United States that they suddenly rise so quickly? And over here, take a look. Here is Los Angeles and Detroit, and they climb almost in parallel in 1910, 1920. What's going on that's similar between those two in those years? I'll have you look at Pittsburgh, this wavy line here, and Cleveland, this wavy line here. Now, why are they waving when everybody else is pretty much fixed? And that's between 1920 and 1950. What's going on in those years, and what do those cities do that would cause their population to fluctuate? I've got some ideas. Do you? And over here at the very corner, look where Pittsburgh dies out. Pittsburgh dies out, and Cleveland dies out, and Detroit dies out in the 1980s. What hit in the 1980s to sink those particular cities? And why did other cities like Phoenix and Seattle and Tampa begin to climb in the year 2000? There's a lot of information here, and I've got some ideas on things. Take a look at, here's Minneapolis, 1890, and it climbs from nowhere to like the 7th most populated city in the nation. What happens in the Midwest in 1890? So it's a rich graph. It's a rich graph that I can take my time to savor. I don't always eat a really great meal because I need to be nourished and do work from it, but I enjoy a great meal because there's small, great things for me to savor and notice. And you ought to let it happen, because learning can be that much fun. Let me know what you think about this and what your ideas were. Respond and what you think's happening on some of these dates. I'd be glad to hear about it. Have a good day.